Rules for everything. You can't eat in the afternoon, you can't drink, complete celibacy, no sex. And it's like, what's going on here?
It's very strict in our order and we're not allowed to have contact with women. No, I'm not allowed to hug my mum.
So many people think, isn't it wonderful, your son's a monk, until you're the mother or the father
That's right.
of the monk, because that's when it becomes really difficult.
My name is Ajahn Khemawaro, and I'm the current abbot of Wat Buddha Dhamma. I've been a monk for the last 17 years. I was living the high life in Thailand, earning a couple $100,000 a year. Not uncommon to work 12, 14 hours, 16 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week. I thought I made it, whatever that meant. Like the universe conspired for me to become a monk. The reason that drove me to seek a different path, the stock market crashed. And if I didn't have the answers to the stocks, which I thought I was pretty good at, I'm going to have the answers to the rest of my life.
My name's Venerable Kovido. I'm 33 and I've been a monk for just about 4 years now. But I always had a passion to be an actor. I auditioned for drama schools and got into Victorian College of the Arts. Midway through VCA, started to go a bit off the tracks, I suppose. A lot of frustration. I used to go out sometimes and just want to get in a fight. It was really weird. When I told my parents that I was going to become a monk, though the reaction wasn't entirely positive.
On the day of his ordination, he held me and whispered to me, "Mum, I won't be able to hold you after this," and I can still feel the thud in my heart when he told me that. It wasn't a happy day. I noticed Josh was always searching and he was looking for something.
He started getting into a pretty strong routine of meditation, and then I thought, it's a bit weird. I still would hope that at some point he might leave the Buddhist monastery and come back to normal life.
You have hopes for your children, and one of the hopes we had, that he'd have a partner, family life. So when it's not turning out that way, you do have a sadness. But it was a good trip, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
it's
a
great.
great
That was a
trip.
lot of fun, actually.
Yeah,
The
you
Christmas night.
were quite wild that Christmas. I'll always call you Josh, huh? I'll call you, I say the name Kovido if I'm ringing the monastery, but I put a lot of time and love into choosing your name.
I've consciously resisted calling you Kovido.
Yeah, no, I know, I can sense it. It is marking a transition and a movement away from things that you've previously been identified with, so the name does that. Despite having a lot of friends, and I've probably always had a lot of friends, you know, and made friends very quickly, there was that feeling of being lonely, you know, still.
When Josh first told us he was going to become a monk, it wasn't a complete surprise, I guess. Excellent. Thanks for that. Yeah.
I might need you to do the old,
offering
no
worries,
thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you can just
Which
pass
one's
it
yours?
to me, and I.
Oh, okay, you're right.
It's a good question.
You can just pass it
Yeah,
to
you
me.
can let
Is
go.
that-
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
cheers. Just need to get it offered.
It's interesting because sometimes I might chat to someone who hasn't seen Josh in ages, and they might say, you know, what's Josh like? And you know, I can only say, well, you know, you see him, you see he's the same person.
Did I delete my Facebook account? No, I haven't deleted it. There was a new rule that was passed by our whole organisation that no monk was to have a Facebook account, and I haven't followed through on that one. It is a means of just sort of dropping in every once in a while and saying, hey, I still exist, you know. I think I still exist anyway, so yeah.
So welcome to my hut. Yeah, this is my resting place where I sleep and also do meditation. There's not a lot here in my room, but that is where the freedom lies. In the modern society, we seem to be swinging towards, you know, sensuality, consumerism, you know, buying everything, whatever you want, buy it. Buy your happiness in pills or in clothing or in holidays and experiences. But there is a yearning for something beyond all this.
I guess These days when I see people going to shopping centres or buying things, or I see adverts on television, I guess I don't get it.
So this ability to kind of balance between the modern lifestyle, fast pace, and some quiet time. And I think that's the reason why meditation and Buddhist teachings of peace and stillness will be in high demand in the future, next 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is about Australia in particular and why Buddhism's growing here. I think on the whole, Australians are very open-minded people and very generous people. There's just that willingness to kind of engage.
Each winter I knit maybe half a dozen wool beanies, and for some of the monks whose mums and dads and their families aren't near them, it's just one little way that I can reach out to them.
A lot of other parents of young people Josh's age, their kids have gone off the rails a bit and probably love their son to be living a good life in a Buddhist monastery. And we sort of kept telling ourselves that.
It's eased a lot and I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel much happier. He's still the same Josh. He hasn't changed. He comes home and we have a lot of fun. He's a very happy young man.
No, I mean, although I live up here in the monastery, I still have that sense of being connected to my family and friends. I think that's just because I've got a deeper understanding of human nature and the trials and tribulations of life.